Hey, what's up? It's Michael timing in. It's my regular account, but my other account, Comedic Ethos Spiritual Cultivation System, you could always go in and like and subscribe on that channel. That's like the main channel for the groups, videos and other knowledge and information on there. But this channel is just my name, my government name, you know, and but in this channel, just for this video, I'm just saying something I keep hearing because I make beats. I went to school to learn how to produce, make beats, stuff like that. I know a little bit of the engineering, just a little bit, but the main thing with mixing, which, the hearing and knowledge of ear. So I got that stuff down. Played trumpet since the 5th grade, and French horn and orchestra all through elementary to middle school. Then went to Texas Southern University for I think till 2000, 2002, and played orchestra in that, in Ocean of Soul, Texas Southern, and trumpet. I didn't really play my trumpet. I played the mellophones, like a marching band form of French horn. So, but it's 2025. So the last maybe year, since 2024 or 2023, I started picking up my trumpet again and just started playing it more because I still got my original trumpet that my grandmother bought for me years ago. So I still have it. So I was like, it was sitting around. I said, it's time to get good at this, stop bullshitting, so I've been playing it. So I've been playing it in certain band Saturdays. It's called Key Element, and it's not my band. I'm just in the band, but we're doing like cover songs and stuff, and we could do our own songs too. But since I played in the band for so long and stuff, I know how to write music, write notes and everything like that. So I know how to make a song up on the trumpet and my own chorus and all that kind of stuff. So, and then I've been playing bass guitar lately. Got bass guitar lessons, and hopefully soon sometimes when the drummers ain't been showing up, I've been playing drums. So, but to get a little bit better than that, I may take some drum lessons too. And after that, some piano. But in all, this is all I'm trying to say. What's been happening on the music part of my algorithms on the YouTube. They always show this thing about analog and I guess just your DAW. Like which one is better, analog or DAW? Well, I'm just about to repeat what I was told a week ago when I went into a Ted Brown music store. Because I was looking for certain new interfaces to get and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I use Pro Tools, I went to the certain school. I was trained under a mentor on Pro Tools. They have Logic. They say like some people make hip-hop beats and stuff love Logic better than Pro Tools, but no, he just trained me on Pro Tools. He said he could have, helped, taught me on Logic, but I said, whatever, man, just Pro Tools thing, let me do the Pro Tools, so. And I like Pro Tools, so, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, just think about analog and your DAW. But this Ted Brown music store guy, he told me this. He said it just like this. He said, because I was like, yeah, man, I want to get some analog gear. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keep talking about analog sounds better and it has unique things, the sounds going through the tubes and the compressions and all that kind of stuff and all that. and I was telling him like how to, this to set up this, to set up that, and then and he just said to me like, yeah, you can get that gear, but if you're using a DAW, like people say, use the DAW with the analog gear. Like he was just saying, like as soon as it goes through there and get the music get printed out or whatever, or I mean, like somehow he said like when it's in there, the analog turns digital anyway. He said it just goes digital, and that means it's no longer analog. So and then and I said, wait a minute, explain that to me again. And he was just, I don't know how he said it, but he just trying to say like, yeah, you can get analog gear, but as soon as you make it to print out, I mean, convert to a certain thing and from the DAW, it's just gonna be digitized anyway, and technically it's not analog. And I said, then what makes it everything just analog? And he said, well, I have to go old school and get the tape thing, like way that tape machine, whatever. You keep the stuff analog or keep it 100% analog to print the music on vinyl or tape, like other tape, like cassettes. I said, what about CD when you put on CD? And he said, that goes back, it'll turn it to digital again. And he said, that's not analog, it goes to digital. And I said, wait a minute, man, I don't get it, man. Everybody say analog is better. What do you mean it's digital? And I said, what about the distribution sites of DistroKid, Spotify, and all them other distribution things, you know what I'm saying? He said, those things, as soon as you load your music up to it, it gets digitized there anyway, you know what I mean? So even if you use the analog gear, those sites have their own, you got, like I think DistroKid or something, you could pick certain, the way to make it sound better, make it sound like it got this certain sound references you could pick for a certain sound for the DistroKid or whatever distribution you get through, and it just like what you think is analog, well, as soon as you put it through their system, it gets all digitized even more. So whatever you think you did analog is not analog no more. So in a way, what he was telling me, he was like, this guy from Ted Brown, what he told me, he's in the music section, so what he pretty much telling me, everybody talking about this analog stuff, it sounds better and all this stuff, but you know what, I just came to a conclusion, what he's trying to tell me is like, everybody's talking about all this analog gear and everything like that, probably just to sell, you gear. And the truth is, the DAW is number one because it's all going to be digitized anyway. When it goes through the system, goes to the digital, it's all digitized anyway. So in a way, it's like folks is wasting their time. What the guy told me with all the analog gear, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess you can use certain analog gear to supposedly make it sound better or whatever, but if you got all the tools in Pro Tools or whatever DAW you're using, just like mastering, like I had to look up online how to master through Pro Tools, and I was like, oh shit, this is easy, you know what I'm saying? So all these sites or certain things talking about ways of mastering and stuff, but if you could do it just on your DAW with the tools in your DAW, what's up with all these so-called analog gear and all this other shit, and then like you were saying, as soon as it goes through those distributor sites or Spotify or whatever, it's even digitized even more. So what you thinking that you may sound better than everybody else's through analog or whatever, you're probably not going to be able to tell. You know what I mean? Maybe the only thing you can really tell is what you mixed. you know what I'm saying, with your levels, you know, mixing levels of the levels of certain instruments or your vocals or whatever. That's probably the only thing that's probably making things sound legit. That's good. Like, you just know how to mix your levels right, you know, because other than that, as soon as you put it in the distribution sites, Apple Music, iTunes, whatever, as soon as you put it in them system, what the music store guy told me, all the analog stuff is out the window. Like, it turns digitized. So anyway, if the if this guy is wrong, y'all can leave me some comments. Tell me he was wrong for saying that, but in a way it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? He's like, the only way you can buy analog gear or make everything sound just analog, you got to do like real tape, like old school studio shit. Stay on real tape, and then but still, here's the catch. It's kind of funny to it. He said, as soon as you put it on CD, it becomes digitized, just like you go to do digital kit or anything like that. So then, kind of like the analog so-called sound may disappear, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of producers in music and everything like that. They said they use the analog gear and there's the difference and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I heard there was one guy on the internet. He just used a complete DAW, and it sounds just as good. What people supposedly say what analog is. So, and then I even said, like, and everybody was talking about this MPC versus DAW and all that stuff and the analog setup. And I asked him, like, what was the EPC? And he said that's digitized too. He said that's digital. It ain't really analog. So everybody talking about his analog. What he told me is really a digital system. You know what I'm saying? Like how it was made. And he said it ain't really analog. And I was like, damn. He said he just telling me how it's just all, just some kind of big thing to sell products, I guess. So, but anyway, that's it, man. If that's it on the thing about analog. So if you want something, I guess, to sound completely analog, you gotta get your old school tape reel thing, and then print vinyl, and that's probably the truest form of hearing your analog. That's where I guess I'm coming from hearing what this guy told me at Ted Brown Music Store, because he said other than that, everything else, as soon as it goes through your system, or even if they record certain things on analog gear, then it's transferred through the DAW or whatever, it still comes out digital anyway. You know what I mean? Like digitized. And the so-called analog thing, you ain't gonna really tell what the difference. That's what he told me. So, like people say they got an ear to hear the difference of certain things, but I don't know. I guess I just got to listen to certain music and see like what's the difference in what people listen to and stuff. So, because like I said, I mastered certain things in the Pro Tools. Yeah, certain levels makes it sound different, louder, or mastering it to make it sound not too loud, but just smooth. But anyway, yeah, let me know what y'all think, man. But all right, peace. That's all I had to say, because y'all hear about this analog and DAW thing all the time. But like I said, what this Ted Brown music guy told me, he said it don't matter, because when it goes through the DAW, after they use that analog, whatever, and then do the digital kit, whatever, it's getting recycled one time, two time, it get digitized even more, where what you did on analog is pretty much just like gone in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you probably hear your analog shit, but you know, probably just all you hearing is what you mastered in the DAW and or your levels in the mixing, your levels of the instrument, your vocal, the drums, hi-hat, whatever. You know, you're just good at leveling your mixing. So that's probably just the main thing you thinking that is analog. But other than that, what the guy told me from Ted Brown, just everything's just digital. So, you know, so I hope this don't cause no issue out there. But the way this Ted Brown music guy told me that, he just made me think like, well, fuck it. I guess I just keep fucking with my DAW. You know what I'm saying? Learn everything in the damn DAW that's there. And, you know, fuck it. Fuck all the so-called analog shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess the so-called analog equipment that you would need is maybe a 8 mic interface or something like that, or you know, just other things, you know, to add on different instruments and shit like that to use. But he said, you know, but still, whatever you use once it goes through the system or DistroKid, whatever, it's digitized. So all the, you know, so-called you think is analog is not analog. But anyway, all right, peace. If I'm wrong, the Ted Brown guy, music guy, is wrong for telling me that. Hey, but in a way, it kind of sounds right. All right, peace. I'm out.